Hello, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video about how I set up my radio tray. This is actually the new radio tray from my truggy. Hadn't had servos yet, so now I do. So what I'm going to do is the radio tray out of my buggy is going to go in the truggy. So I have fresh servos and everything for the buggy since I run it more. So also want to show off a few new products. I got my new servos, new SRT D8T I've been running these servos for a long time now. I changed over to these after the AMS where they had the quad nasty. I kept breaking the Savox servos I had, so it cost me 5 servos that day. So I bought the SRTs right after that, and I've been running them ever since. So now it's just about time for new ones. I've got every bit of good I can get out of those. I've ran them for a long time. They've been great. Turns out these are the best servos I've ever used. They're all aluminum body, super fast, super strong, and they hold up great. So that's what I'm going to continue to use. Also, I got some new products from Cupcake RC. This is the carbon inserts for the truggy. I've been running them in the rear for now. This is a new set of fronts I haven't put in yet. I've also got the servo tray brace. Carbon servo tray brace. I'm going to put that in. I've got the new droop screws, which is basically just a long set screw. I've also got, I'm going to bring it over here to show you to the truggy, the steering plates. They're, where is it? 4mm steering plates. So I picked a couple people have broke those, so he started making these in 4mm instead of 3mm. They've been holding up great so far, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so now I'm going to get started on the radio tray. So first off, I'm going to start with this radio tray brace. And there's this piece. It goes up under the tray here first. So you just drill 2 holes and run your screw in there. So it's a 3mm screw. I've got a 2.5mm bit. I'm going to drill it out and then run the screws in there. So I prefer to use button heads, but I don't have any right now that fit the right size, so I'm going to use these socket head screws. And there you have it. There's the bottom part of the radio tray brace. It stiffens it up a good bit. You see the screws come through a little bit. Use short screws so you don't have any interference with your wires or anything. Usually run my wires across there and tie them up. It's never been a problem. Okay, so next is this piece. Okay, so next I'm going to screw in the servos. I like to use a flat head screw. Got the conical shape to it. That way it kind of centers with no washers, by the way. That centers the servo and mounts it solid in a good position, I feel. So these are 14mm long screws. I run them in with the driver most of the way and then finish it off by hand so I get the torque feel like I want. Then there'll be one more screw that goes here. To hold the brace down, I just use a 3mm button head. So now I just run them in, tighten them by hand. And there's that. Nice and clean looking braces. Super good fit. Really pleased with it. Very rigid. Okay, so next, one step I like to do, been doing this for years, it's stuff I got from when I was in the cardio industry. The name of it is 3M strip caulk. It's this rubbery, gooey stuff right here. Just break off a piece of that. Seal off the hole where the servo goes in. Kind of wrap it around the wire. And just press it in there and it'll seal your hole up from dirt. Take a screwdriver or something or a pick tool and press it in around there. It's a little gooey, but it'll give you a dust-free seal, and water if that's a chance of water getting in it. Take a little bit. This one I have to do from the inside. Can't really get to it because the servo's in the way. Now I'll take a little extra and put on the inside of this one. Try to wrap my wires in downward go up under the battery because the battery's going to sit in this compartment. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that. There's where it's sealed up. It's clean and fresh. Okay, so next up, start putting the battery in. First, I've got some foam. This came with came in a battery pack or something like that. Just some extra foam I had. Trim it to fit in here a little snug. I'm routing my battery wires down up, or my servo wires up under it, kind of flatten it out, and then stuff the foam down in there. So next up, the battery is going to go here, and I use the Protect balance charging port. So I leave these wires hanging out, so I have to cut a little notch right here. So do that with a Dremel. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, just a small notch there. Just enough for the wire to go down. Just a little notch to where it won't get pinched. I'll do the same thing. I'll come back later and do the same thing with 3M strip caulk and seal that hole up too. For now, just getting it in position and routing the wires. Get a few zip ties. Okay, so I'll probably take another piece of foam on my receiver side. I'll probably come back and change these screws. See, these screws come through, they're going to rub the wire a little bit, so I'm going to change those to a shorter screw. Okay, in one of my previous videos I showed where I use, for a switch, I use an XTC mountable plug. This way you just put a jumper in there and just plug it and unplug it. It's been foolproof for years. I started doing this a long time ago. Several people have copied it and made their own kits, but I did it before them, so hi. The part number for this is XT60E-M. It's made for drones and stuff. It's just got this regular connection with a set spot for screws. So anyway, just have to take your time, trim it out to fit in the stock switch location, and works out great. So I'll do that now. Okay, there you have it. So all I have to do now is drill my holes and mount it in there. Okay, so now I've got the battery mounted. I'm using a Protec TLR H/HB sized LIHV battery. I've got the Cupcake RC carbon brace in there. Fits real nice. Got my new servos mounted and everything. Tie the wires up real neat. And as before I showed you, I got the notch where the wires come out for the charging port. Use a Protec balance port charging lead and a servo wire. So next up, I use an Assault RC plug that's mounted. A lot of people use this for a switch going from your battery to receiver, so you don't have a switch. You just unplug it. It's got the little tab on there that holds the plug together. Take that and cut the negative wire and wire it into my XT60E-M plug. I've got it mounted nice and clean. Then I use basically the other end of an XT plug with a jumper going across, jumping them together with a piece of heat shrink on top. And then you plug it in. That's your switch, your on-off switch. Pull it out. It's really hard to come out. I've never had that fail. Every now and then I come in and I'll push the tabs out a little bit to make sure it stays good and tight. But anyway, cut the negative wire. One end goes to one side of the plug. Other side goes to the other side of the plug. So it's just a break in the contact. So then you've got your plug that will plug into your battery. So plug that in. It snaps into place, and the plug won't let it, the clip won't let it come unplugged. So then all I got left to do is plug up your accessories. So channel 1 is the steering servo, which is the long one. Channel 2, throttle servo. Plug in the battery. Now I'm going to plug in my transponder. And then the battery. Then it's a matter of just tucking all your wires in. And screwing your lid on. Now one more thing I got left to do. Let's take a little piece of my 3M strip caulk and seal up this battery wire. That'll keep all the dust and or water out if that comes down to it. So anyway, there you have it. Nice and clean. Good to go. Now you use your balance port plug. Protect sells a battery charging lead where you can use that so it stays nice and clean. Just leave the battery in the tray and there you go. Anyway, thanks for tuning into the channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button and hit the notification bell to see more videos. Thank you.